Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Emmanuel Macron and French people, you are left alone. Your allies left you butt naked. Why? Remember, Emmanuel Macron said that he not opposes sending troops, putting boots on the ground in Ukraine, and supposedly there was not a consensus in a meeting in Paris. Now, Emmanuel Macron went way ahead of his skis, and he thought that he's the leader of Europe. He got smacked. Why? Because the other weasels showed that they're weasels. Why? They got scared. Why? Because the Russian bear said, if you motherfuckers put boots on the ground in Ukraine, we'll be at war. We're gonna fuck you up. And everybody's like, these guys are serious. And Macron, oh man, no. What should I do? Should I run? Brigitte. Yes. Too late. I'm going to show you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 articles, titles, and a little bit of reading, where you're going to see country one by one leaving Macron with his butt naked. And the Russians are like ready to bite it. Why? Macron thought that this is his time. I'm gonna be the leader. Yes, sir. Well. I think they went too far, and they knew it. They went too far, and the Russians said, we're gonna be at war. Let me show you first the Kremlin's answer. And then we're gonna go to all these countries one by one, including NATO, saying, we never said that. We have no plans on sending any NATO troops in Ukraine. God damn it, Macron. Let me show you. All right. First, this is the Russians' answer. Russia Today, 27th of February 2024. Kremlin reacts to Macron's remarks on NATO troops. That guy over there. A direct war with the US-led bloc seems inevitable. Once it puts boots on the ground, Dmitry Peskov said. So once you just put boots on the ground, they don't have to be fighting. Boots on the ground. It's very important because these guys already said it's a difference, fighting or boots on the ground. I made a video prior to this one, go and watch it, is exactly that. The Russians will not get to war with us if we're not fighting. Peskov did not say fighting. He said boots on the ground. It doesn't mean fighting necessarily. A direct conflict between Russia and NATO will likely become inevitable if member states of US-led military bloc send troops in Ukraine. They don't have to be fighting, just send them over there. And here is exactly what he said. In this case, we have to talk not about probability, but rather the inevitability. All right, this is what Peskov said. Now keep that in mind. He said troops over there if you send them. And I'm going to show you countries one by one leaving Macron alone. Here is Ukrinform. Belgium assists Ukraine but does not send troops. Got that? Right here. It a necessary equipment but does not intend to send its military into the fight. First country. Second one. Ukrinform again. Spain and Italy not send troops in Ukraine. By elimination, you're going to find out what countries wanted to send troops if the big boys send their troops. Alone, they will not send them. Can you guess? Yeah, Poland, Baltic states, and Slovakia, Czech Republic, not Slovakia, Czech Republic. These will be the countries who probably said, yeah, let's fight. Come on, we together. And the guy says, no, you know what? I pass. Okay, we change our mind. These are the tough guys in Europe, my fucking friends. Next one. Ukrainska Pravda. White House. US will not send troops to fight in Ukraine. So Macron is butt naked. No, I'm not done. Russia Today. No plans to send Western troops to Ukraine. Deutschland, Deutschland, über Welt. Niemals. Chancellor Scholz has commented after French President Emmanuel Macron claimed the deployment of soldiers cannot be ruled out. He said, no, right here, no plans. Now, no plans doesn't mean that they don't think about it, but they're scared. They're scared. Next one. And this is the cherry on the cake, right there. Ukrinform. NATO has no plans to send troops to Ukraine. Stoltenberg. Remember, having no plans, could mean that they didn't draft the plans. They are over there somehow, but there are no plans. They are somewhere. You send them. Well, there's no plans, but we agreed we will. Yeah. Words, my friends, words. And I'm going to go to the last one who's going to give us a oversight or whatever overview of the whole garbage. Russia Today. NATO countries refuse to back Macron's troops in Ukraine claim. There are no plans for Western boots on the ground, multiple leaders have insisted. The UK, Poland, Czech Republic, Finland, and Sweden all spoke up on Tuesday against. So Poland was also out. That remains with what? Czech Republic is also out. Remains what? The Baltic states. $6.1 million. People together, all of them, they want to go to fight. I mean, who else? Who else? You give me the names. UK, Poland, Czech Republic, Finland, Sweden out. Then Germany, United States of America, Belgium, France, and Spain out. Who there? France? With whom? Czech Republic, no, Slovakia, no, by default. Hungary, no. Romania, not mentioned. Interesting. You got what? Bulgaria? So we got the Baltic states and some weasels. Yeah, Romania. Let's read further. All right, he says, while there was no consensus, so that means there were some people wanting that. Who are those? About sending ground forces, Macron said on Monday following a pro-Ukraine summit in Paris that, in terms of dynamics, we cannot exclude anything in the conflict between Moscow and Kiev. There are no plans for NATO combat troops on the ground in Ukraine, the Secretary General of US-led bloc Jens Stoltenberg told Associated Press in response to Macron's remarks. British Prime Minister Rishi Maharishi Sunak did not rule out sending troops in principle. So it's like testing the water and the air. What way the wind blows? There's no wind. There's no wind blowing. Wait. Americans said no, we're out. But a spokesperson told reporters that beyond the small number of personnel in the country supporting the armed forces of Ukraine, we do not have any plans to make a large-scale deployment. Now, I will tell you, I will give you a large sum of money. Now, do you think that $50 billion is a large sum of money? Yeah. Do you think $20 million is a large sum of money? Yeah, it is. So they don't want to do it like, I don't know, 3 or 4. They're going to send 20. But we don't want to say 20 million, okay? We're just going to send a few thousand. Maybe 100,000. I mean, if you put in the context 20 million versus, I don't know, 50 billion versus 100,000, the 100,000 pales in comparison with 50 billion. So when this weasel imbecile over there, the spokesperson, said no plans to make a large-scale deployment, that means they will not send, let's say, I don't know, 2 million. But 2 million versus, I don't know, 50,000, that's a small deployment, don't you think? Compared with 2 million, yeah. My friends, weasels. Deploying troops is not on the cards at all for the moment. Oh my God, this guy think right there. For the moment. This moment. The next moment could be. Tomorrow could be. Weasel. Krifterson, whatever his name is. For the moment, we are busy sending advanced equipment to Ukraine. Stockholm pledged. No demand for Ukraine for Western ground troops. Yeah. Okay, let's see what else. Let's see. Finish. What did he say? He added, there was a widely shared perception at the summit in Paris against the use of NATO ground troops. So there were some tiny minority they wanted. Finnish President Nautilius, Sauli Niinisto, for me is Mr. Nautilius from Jules Verne's books, told the outlet. He added that there is also Finland's position. Good. Warsaw, and I'm quoting, does not plan to send its troops to the territory of Ukraine. You got them right. The Russians are waiting. Do it, Polski. Do it, Polsk. Do it. Do it. They will not do it. They know better. They know better. Unless Russia is wounded, mortally wounded, then they will send attack with our wing. Okay, all right. All right, and we have here the Czech, the guy that's tough, Petr Fiala, all right. He's tough. Echoed the sentiment, saying that there's no need to open some other methods or ways. There's no need. That means when the need comes, we're going to do it. These guys are in between. If all EU members state were as committed as Czech Republic and Poland to helping Ukraine, there would be no need to even discuss other forms of support, Tusk claimed. German Chancellor, no ground troops, no soldiers on Ukraine's soil who are sent there by European or NATO countries in the future. All future or near future? Future is tomorrow. Tomorrow is today's future. But also, if you think about it, after tomorrow, the next day is the future of yesterday. So what are we going to do? Future. All right, my friends, here it is. I think they got scared, including Americans. Americans says pass off. Everybody was like, yeah, I think it's a good idea. The Russians said, we're going to queue up. And I think these guys were like, well, judging by the Russians' consistency in doing what they said they will do, I think we should just forget about it. Thank you very much for being with me again today. That's exactly what I thought. That's exactly what they thought. I was in the room. Just kidding, YouTube. Don't continue to be imbeciles. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.